here's proof that women are completely lost when it comes to dating and relationships, and they have no clue what men want and need in relationships nowadays. This is going to be a video reaction of an interview that was done on Austin Holloman's channel. Shout out to Austin Holloman. This is going to be fair use from his video. I'll also link his video down in the description below. And if you haven't seen his channel, please go to his YouTube channel and watch some of his content. He is one of the passport bros that he promotes traveling in order to talk to women that are more submissive and cooperative instead of staying here in the United States. I support the movement, although I'm not a passport bro myself. However, we're going to be reviewing this video interview that he had with a woman on the street to show you proof that women are lost. And even if you're talking to attractive women or you're trying to find the most attractive women to deal with, you're probably going to run into issues like this eventually once you get into a relationship, if that's what you're trying to do. Let's get into it.
All right, what's your name?
Joanna.
How old are you?
Damn, that's too personal. 29.
Too personal.
29.
Okay. It's relevant to the question.
Okay, 29.
Where are you from?
I am from Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay, cool. Me too. So who leads in a relationship?
Who leads? I feel like it should be pretty even.
Oh.
All right, there you go. Strike one. First relationship question: who leads in a relationship? It should be even. That doesn't even make sense. If there's a leader in the point of being a leader is that one person is a head or one person is actually leading and another person is following the lead. So there's no way that two people are leading together. That don't even make sense. But okay.
But girls.
Girls.
And then she says, but girls. What woman do you know actually wants to lead a relationship? If you look anywhere, women are actually complaining because they want the men to lead the relationship more so than they want to lead the man. So I don't even know why she's laughing at this because the funny thing is the type of guys that she deals with more than likely are the type of guys that, or she wants to deal with, are the type of guys that's going to lead her in a relationship, not the other way around. Most women are not going to be attracted to a guy that they can lead in a relationship.
Why do you say that?
Because we just do. I mean, at least Latina girls, that's how we are. You know, we're kind of one step ahead. You know
okay. What kind of Latina? Where are you? What?
I'm Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what makes you submit?
What makes me submit? I feel like if they put their foot down, I'm like, dang, okay, I respect it. I respect it.
Okay,
Sometimes.
so they had to be rough with you.
Not rough, definitely assertive, but not too.
All right, guys. Just like I say, I talk about this on my channel. I've talked about it plenty of times before. You have to be assertive. You want a woman that looks like this, which I'm not saying looks are everything. As you can see, this woman, as we continue through the interview, you can see that even though she's attractive looking, it doesn't mean everything in the end. But at least what I'm saying is true. You're still going to have to be assertive to even deal with most of these women.
Too assertive, because I'm coming for you. You know what I mean?
So what is your role as a woman in a relationship?
My role is to. What is our role?
She's lost. Look at that. What is your role in a relationship? And she's looking, laughing, asking someone else, what is my role? This is what you're going to run into. Believe it or not, I've dated multiple women and they'll see that I've got a lot of the tools to make them happy in a relationship. You're going to run into the same thing. You'll have a bunch of the tools to make them happy in a relationship. And then at the end of the day, they'll be scratching their head trying to figure you out. Like, well, what do you want? What do you need? And of course, as a man, you are supposed to tell the woman what you require of them and things like that. But it's the fact that they go into relationships with men not even knowing what they want. Some of them don't even care what you want or need in a relationship. They just want to be entertained, be pleased, be taken care of without actually even knowing what they're supposed to be doing.
I don't know. To baby you, to nurture you, but also to set you straight when you're acting up. Because y'all do act up. Y'all be acting up and y'all swear y'all don't.
Okay, I'll go with that for a little bit.
Address is on Miller Street.
Do you consider yourself a modern or traditional woman?
I would say pretty traditional, for sure.
So you're traditional,
Traditional woman, but she doesn't even know what her role is.
but you put the man in his place.
Yeah. Pretty traditional, for sure.
So you're traditional, but you put the man in his place.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is probably the biggest red flag here. This woman says she's traditional, but she puts the man in his place. Man, how many of you want to sign up to get a traditional woman so that you can be put in your place? I'm going to go ahead and estimate 0% of you are going to want that. And there is literally no man that's like, yeah, I want a woman that's going to put me in my place, but still stay traditional. Guys, we do whatever we want, to be honest. We do whatever we want. And a woman trying to put you in your place is really a woman rising up against you, trying to basically put herself above you in a relationship. You got to be careful for this type of thing. Most traditional women are the type that will avoid trying to get into arguments or belittle their man or something like that. Like most women that are traditional will try very soft ways to say, "Hey, baby, I don't think that's a good idea," or that you might be messing up a little bit with this decision. But most of the time, a traditional woman will let you make mistakes and also let you learn how to correct mistakes. They let you be a man without trying to correct everything you're doing. So this idea of putting a man in a place is it doesn't really apply too much if you're a traditional woman. This is more of a modern thing where women that are more masculine are trying to put men in their place. Not feminine women. She looks feminine though if you look at her, but that's the thing. Inside their heads, inside their brains, you got something totally different that you're going to be dealing with.
That's traditional when necessary.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just collecting data.
Okay.
It's
If
not
you dated a
traditional.
traditional man, would you be a stay-at-home mom?
No.
No.
Okay. Traditional but don't even want to stay at home. Then what is she doing? What about her tradition at this point? She's putting men in her places. She's going out working, doing whatever the heck she wants, while the man's out working and taking care of everything anyway. Like he's already got everything taken care of if she's getting a traditional man. So what does she need to go out and do extra for? But anyway,
I
Okay.
can't.
So you're modern traditional.
Yeah, probably a little bit of modern. Yeah.
Traditional and convenient.
Who sent you? Cause
No, these are I'm just trying to break it down.
yeah, I would say yes. Yeah,
Do you want to be a wife?
I do.
Would you
yes.
do
they will always say they want to be a wife, and most men want wives that are a little bit more on the traditional side. I'm not saying all us guys want straight up traditional 1950s wives, but they are more appealing to us. We have to agree. However, they will always say they want to be a wife, but then when you start checking the boxes on the things that you want from a woman in order to wife them up, they don't want to do those things.
wife duties at girlfriend status?
I feel like I have actually a lot, and it's bit me in the butt, but I don't regret it. But I would definitely probably hold back on those wifey things for somebody who like I know is gonna be there long term. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah.
As a woman, what gives you satisfaction when it comes to a man? What in a man satisfies you?
Definitely someone who has drive, who's confident, who's kind, and
So here, she's really supposed to be answering that the fact that when she serves her man that she's with, it brings her fulfillment. To see her making her man happy gives him fulfillment. To do whatever he needs her to do gives her fulfillment. I don't think she really understood the question, but that's really what a traditional or a more traditional woman would say. And that's actually what men would like to hear because most of those women actually do get happiness from making their man happy, whatever it takes. Basically, serving the man. The man is already serving the woman in most traditional relationships. We are providing finances, food, shelter, all these other things. So we are technically already serving the woman, but the woman has to take pride in serving the man also in return. And that's actually what us guys are looking for. But she didn't, I don't think she understood the question.
yeah. I mean, I think like the money thing, it comes and goes, but I feel like if there's real love there, like that matters to me more than than any kind of like money stuff.
Okay, so what are men today lacking?
I feel like a lot of them lack the confidence.
And
Like
why do you
straight
say
up.
that?
Okay, she's right about that. A lot of men are lacking confidence.
Because like if they're intimidated by something, it's kind of like they just shy away and they step away from them. They're like, I can't do this, or they just kind of like, I don't know. Does that make sense?
I can understand.
Yeah.
So what are women lacking?
We might lack a little bit of how do you say, like sometimes we're too prideful. I feel like a lot of the times we're very prideful and we lack that sense of like calm down, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I speak for Latinas because our Latina community, like we're kind of hardcore, so yeah.
I would agree. Have you ever had a one night stand?
Yes.
Okay. And how long do you
She was a little bit too happy to say yes, I had a one night stand. But anyway,
usually talk to someone before you go on a date?
Before on like a first date, I would say at least like 2-3 weeks ish.
So why do they have to wait 2-3 weeks, but you have?
whoa, 2 or 3 weeks to go on a date? This woman would never, granted, let's say the woman wouldn't even choose me or whatever, but any type of woman that it takes 2 or 3 weeks to get onto a date with you, I wouldn't even make it to that date by that time. I have other things to do. I'm gonna get interested in something else by this time. 2 or 3 weeks for a date. Why? Like, why do I have to wait this long to take you on a date? If you're interested, you're interested. We meet up. And I understand that dynamic. And guys, you got to understand that too. It shouldn't take a woman any length of time, really, to go on a date. Most women can meet up with you within the first few days of you meeting them or whatever. There is no reason why they will make time if they are interested in you. So that's why you got to realize that if they don't within the first few days, just move on. It's not because they're so busy, unless they actually like are out of town or something like that. Just be realistic. But most of the time, if there's a woman that just lives in your city and they just doing like living a regular life, living a regular job, they're not going to be too busy, especially if they're interested. Women are never busy for the man that they're actually interested in. But 2 weeks, we'd never go on a date at this point. And furthermore, it's like, what is the point of taking a lot of these women on dates? I mean, you're paying for to talk to them. That is weird.
Have a one night stand?
Because if I actually like kind of, if I'm interested in you, like I'm gonna take my time a little bit. If I don't think there's any like boyfriend material there, I'm gonna sleep with you and be done with you. But if
That is dumb. You hear this from a lot of women. They'll say, if you're boyfriend material, I'll make you wait. But if you're not, then I'll sleep with you quicker. So basically, you'll let a guy run through you if they're more attractive. Like disregarding everything else, whether or not your body's just getting used up, you're adding notches to your belt. And so you let a guy just run through you because he's attractive and he's a bad boy or doesn't seem good enough for a boyfriend. This doesn't even make any sense. Like you're basically just adding bodies for no reason. Basically just adding bodies because you're horny, but then shame men for adding bodies because they're horny.
I feel like there might be something there, I'm gonna take my time a little bit.
Don't
You
you
know
think
what I'm
that's
saying?
kind of backwards?
Why?
Because I
Oh, she said why?
think you would run off the boyfriend material if you make him wait. Because then he's going to think you're playing games. Speaking from a man's perspective.
I would.
Exactly, that's what I said. Like me, obviously Austin, we were not gonna stick around. Like if it's taking you 2 weeks, like you're never gonna get to the date. Actually, because some guys that kind of that respect their time, we don't have 2 weeks to wait for one chick to just say, hey, yes, now we can go on a date. Now you can pay for me to see me.
Because when that happens to me, I'm like, fuck this shit.
Nah, because I feel like in the conversation, like if we're feeling it, like we'll just know that like I'm not just trying to dip out, and like it would just, I don't know, there'll be that connection there. You know what I'm saying?
But they sure do want to participate in it though, right?
Oh.
So within the 2 or 3 week time span, you're having one night stands, right?
Wait, I don't. Whoa. Multiple.
Because that's what dudes think about it.
No.
If I'm waiting 3 weeks,
She said multiple, no. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and stop it right here. Let me know what you think in the comments below about what this woman's answers was. Shout out to Austin Hallman once again, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos just showing proof of similar things about women and how they deal with men.